Have you ever looked at your dog when they're staring intently out the window and just wondered, what is going on in there? What does the world actually look like through their eyes? Is it the same vibrant world we see, or is it more like an old black and white movie? Well, today, we're going to find out.
So let's start with that biggest myth of all, that dogs only see in black and white. Yeah, it's time to put that one to bed for good. As a vet, I can tell you the truth is so much cooler and, well, more colorful than that. In this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly what your dog sees, uncover some of their visual superpowers, yep, superpowers, and I'll even give you some tips that'll totally change the way you play with them.
Okay, so how do they see things so differently? It all comes down to the tiny building blocks in the back of the eye, two little cells called rods and cones.
Let's use an analogy. Think of your eye like a brand new smartphone camera. It's absolutely packed with what we can call color pixels. Those are the cones. They give you that sharp detail and the full rainbow. Now your dog's eye? Think of it more like a high-tech night vision camera that's also amazing at motion detection. It's packed with night mode and motion pixels, the rods. And that, right there, is a total game changer.
So just because they have fewer of those color cones doesn't mean they see no color. It just means they're working with a different paint palette. So let's finally bust this myth for good. Your dog isn't colorblind, they're what we call dichromatic. It's a fancy word, but all it means is they see two main colors instead of the three that most of us humans see. It's like if we get to paint with red, yellow, and blue, they just get the yellow and blue to work with. You can still make a beautiful picture, but your options are a little different. So what does this actually look like in your backyard? Well, shades of blue and yellow, they see those brilliantly. They really pop. But reds and greens, that's where they get muddled. So that bright red ball you love to throw on the green lawn, to your dog, it probably just looks like a dark brownish gray blob on a yellowish gray background. Not a whole lot of contrast, right? But hey, don't feel bad for them about the color thing, because what they lose in color variety, they more than make up for it with some actual visual superpowers. You know that eerie greenish glow you see in your dog's eyes in photos? That's their first superpower at work. It's called the Tapetum lucidum, and it's basically a built-in mirror that bounces light back through the retina. This gives them a second chance to catch every last photon, making them incredible at seeing in the dark. And their other superpower? Motion detection. Ever wonder how they spot that squirrel from a block away when you see nothing? Their eyes can process images way faster than ours. In fact, that smooth movie you're watching on TV, to your dog, it might actually look more like a flickering series of still pictures. It's that fast. But you know, these incredible powers have to come with a trade-off. All that amazing skill for seeing in the dark and detecting motion, well, it comes at a price. And that price is sharp detail. While you might be able to read a sign clearly from across the room, your dog's world is a little bit softer, a little more blurry. Their eyes are built for action, not for reading the fine print. And that's why a big, clear hand signal works so much better from a distance than a subtle facial expression. So now that we know all this cool stuff, what does it actually mean for you and your dog every day? Let's talk about how you can use this science to play smarter. Okay, here are 3 simple things you can start doing right now. 1. When you're buying toys, ditch the red ones. Go for bright blue and yellow. They'll stand out against the grass like a neon sign, making fetch way more fun. 2. Motion is key. A toy that just sits there is boring. A toy that rolls, wobbles, or bounces is infinitely more exciting for a vision system built to track movement. And 3, trust their twilight alerts. When your dog starts barking at nothing in the yard at dusk, believe them, they really can see that raccoon that's completely invisible to your eyes. So the main takeaway here is this. Your dog's world isn't a dull, faded version of ours. It's a dynamic, highly specialized reality that's perfectly tuned for a hunter's life, a life that revolves around motion, tracking, and thriving in the low light of dawn and dusk. It's not less, it's just different. You know, understanding how your pet sees the world is such a fantastic step toward building an even stronger bond. But please remember, this is all for educational purposes. If you ever have any real concerns about your pet's eyes or their vision, the absolute best person to talk to is always your certified veterinarian.